Welcome to the High Handicap Challenge, episode number 1. This is where I'll take on a checklist of common problems in my game in the attempt to become a better golfer. Today we're going to try and go 8 over or better, 2 drivers in play, no free putts, and no penalties. Without further ado, let's kick this off. And we've piped the first drive down the middle. As you're aware, my drive is not the strongest point in my game, so pretty happy to get that first driver in play ticked off, leaving us with about a 60-yard chip into the green. So taking the 52 degree at this one, and hopefully we'll get on the green and gives ourselves a option for par. And it's come off pretty nice. Center of the green. That's all you can really ask for. So I'm going to give this first putt a bit of respect as it's quite a long putt. Actually going to clean the ball, which I don't normally do. Is this going to be the changing factor to hopefully sink a couple of long putts? But again, the goal for this episode is to not get any free putts, and this range is very free puttable. I'm going to stick to a positive mindset and hopefully get this one close, or even in for bird. Unfortunately, misses just to the left of the hole, but it's pretty close. The other guy asked me to take that away, but no, I was being pretty modest and saying that no, this one probably does need to be seen in. And thankfully, I tap it in for an easy par to start the round and avoid the dreaded free putt. So nothing ticked off on the checklist, but also nothing crossed off on the checklist. So going on to the first par 3 of the round, a short 168. Taking the 8 iron at this one, and I've put a clean connection on it. And found the center of the green again.
Ooh. Firing off today at the moment. Great stuff.
Has rolled out to leave us with a fairly long putt. So again, a very free puttable distance. However, we're going to hopefully avoid that and get it in for par.
Oh, it's way too soft. You've got to hit it. Ah.
Although I have tapped that. So that's a very sticky situation to be left in. Didn't manage to get a good practice in on the practice greens. And that's the outcome. Leaving putt short. We still can make it, however. So let's hopefully sink this one in. And I've got the weight right, but it's gone off to the left. And the no free putts task has been crossed off.
Just terrible first putt.
And like I said, terrible first putt there, which proved costly. So we're going to go to the 5 iron now and hopefully get this one in the fairway. It was a bit too risky for the driver. However, I've pulled off a nice hooky draw, and it stayed in the fairway over to the left towards this tree.
Yeah, no.
Viewers of the channel would have seen this shot numerous times at this course. And it's a very familiar situation I find myself in. So I'll be taking the 6 iron at this one, hopefully avoiding the bunker and just coming short of the green. However, when you just look at my footwork there, you can see I'm aiming slightly off to the right. And of course, I've managed to not hook this one at all. And it's just a nice straight draw. Ideal. I'm going to find myself in those trees somewhere. As you can see, I can't really figure out what I've done wrong, but looking back at the video, the direction was way off. Something to add to future checklists, maybe.
Get that grass off.
Okay, so now we're left with this short chip. I can actually see the green. Just want to make sure I keep it low. Just don't want to build up the score early doors. Still want to keep on track for 8 over or better.
No, just too high.
I honestly reckon like an inch lower and that was perfect. And it's going to be right next to the flag. Unfortunately, not the case. And I'm left in a sticky situation once more. So just want to make sure I keep this one low. Don't want to hit that branch in front of me. Going for an 8 iron, just bump and run. And I do just that. It comes through the rough and it gets onto the green.
Okay, that's what I meant to do on the first time.
Unfortunately, my handicappers don't do it all the time first time. So I've added an extra shot where I didn't need to. Let's hopefully make this putt to redeem the hole. It was a big ask, and these slow greens killing me early doors. Didn't even give it a chance, but I do tap it in for a easy double. Onto the second par 3 of the round, taking the pitching wedge at this one.
Slightly right.
Aiming slightly right to avoid that water on the left-hand side, and lowering the risk in case a nasty hook comes out. However, I struck that pretty pure. We had the wind with us, which factored in for the pitching wedge.
Down the bank.
And it lands on the back of the green. And we're in business.
Again, let's try not to free putt this time.
Quick reminder to myself to not free putt. So I actually had a good line at this one. The guy we were with had a similar situation. So I knew it was going left to right and a bit of downhill. Again, just want to avoid the free putt. I put a good run on that. And it was snapping into the hole, just came a little bit short. Dan's given me that one for par. And that's a good way to redeem yourself from the double bogey on the last hole. Also, a quick shout out to Dan, who's had his baby boy, Larson. So we probably won't be seeing him on the golf course anytime soon, but we wish him well. And back to this par 4. I've tried to get that second driver in play. And it's hugged the right-hand side and it's going to hit that tree. So if it bounces to the left, we're going to be in play. Or if it bounces down to the right, we could be in the ditch, which would be a penalty, which we want to avoid. Or none of the above. We got quite lucky, missed the ditch, and just found ourselves on the edge of the fairway of the other hole. So now I'm hoping to pull off a little low hook.
Like that.
So my bad habit of hooking on the 6-iron has paid off this time.
Excellent.
So leaving ourselves in the middle of the fairway, I'm going to take the 60 degree at this one and hopefully land it on the green. Whilst I take a couple of practice swings at this one, why don't you comment below other challenges I could add to future checklists? Maybe you've seen holes in my game that I need to fill. However, thankfully the 60 degrees come out pretty strong.
Carried it a little long.
However, it has gone a little bit long, but we are on the back of the green, which will give us an option for par. However, you can kind of see the state of these greens. Very bumpy, very wet and slow. And I've not been doing well at this distance so far today. However, this time, I've at least got the power right. The direction was a little bit off, but that should leave us with a easy tap-in bogey, you would hope. And I was offered to take that one away for bogey, and I'm not going to turn that down twice in a round.
Oops, sorry.
Ended up flicking it in Dan's way. However, it doesn't put him off, and he drains his putt.
Nice, Matt. Good putt.
We're now onto the short, narrow par 4. As much as I want to try and tick off that driver in play, I'm going to opt with the 5-iron and play the sensible way to keep the score down. And that one comes off pretty low, but a nice low draw into the middle of the fairway, which again leaves us with a nice short 52 degree into the green. So hopefully land this one at the front and roll it towards the flag.
Ah, it's just short.
I actually thought I hit the bank and it was going to roll down, but it turned out pretty perfect in the end. Peeking onto the green, rolling towards the flag, giving us our best birdie attempt of the round so far. So it's a hole I've birdied before. Can I do it again? We're going to swap over to the live mic now.
Alright, come on. I think it's left edge, but let's try and get it there. You gotta get that. What? That? I thought I smacked. It's not even like a par.
As you can see, some mild frustration there. A bit disappointed I left it short, but it is a tap-in par, and we will take that all day. But would have been nice to have given the birdie effort at least a run at the hole, but the slow greens are just causing me loads of problems today.
Right, come on.
Onto the long par 5 now.
Get another nice drive.
So a great opportunity to get the second driver in play and to tick off our first checklist item of the round. Can we do it? Just need to avoid missing to the left and missing far right. Although there's a lot of room to play with here. And it's going off to the right. It could have got a nasty bounce and rolled into the bush. We're going to have to find out over at the next shot. And we actually had loads of room, so we've ticked that one off the checklist.
296 meters. So about 300 yards, so I'm going to go 6-iron. Want to avoid that tree.
So just going to try and lay up here instead of going for anything ridiculous.
Nice smooth swing then. Just like that. Perfect.
You've got to love it when you talk yourself into a good shot. And you've got to celebrate the good shots when they come,
Nice.
because high handicap golf is full of bad shots. So now we just have 2 other checklist items to tick off. And I'm on course to do that as long as I avoid any penalties, really. Or any absolute howlers. But as you know, anything is possible. Could always sneak a 9 in and then the score could be out the window. So this was an awkward distance. It's in between the pitching wedge and the 52 for me.
So we're just going to try and do a softer pitching wedge. Oh, fin to win! Wow. Yeah, fin to win, you know, when it's your day, it's your day. Left to right. Come out of this fixed stuff. Slightly uphill, so I got to hit it.
I'm going to stick with a live mic just for a little bit longer on this hole so we can get a live reaction.
Just got to hit it. Ah, oh, just got to hit it. I said I just got to hit it and I didn't hit it. God damn it.
How annoying. Funny to listen back to though.
Come on. Just trust the line. Oh!
Sorry, anyone with any earphones in there, that might have been a bit too loud. However, it snapped around the back of the hole and somehow didn't go in. But the no free putts has already been crossed off for this round, so we don't need to double cross it off. So now onto this par 3, which has got a raised kind of like hilly green, if that makes sense. It's an awkward one, which I always come short on.
Go on, be the one. Be the one.
It was tracking pretty nicely with the 9-iron. Went up the club, however, it ended up going long. So for the first time in a long time, I didn't end up short on this hole. So new territory at the back of the green. Let's go over and see what I'm left with.
Not like that. Not like that.
Don't you hate it when you really dig in that first practice swing? As you can see here, I'm going to take a couple more until I feel comfortable. As I've got to chip it up onto this hill and hopefully not roll down the far side.
Sit, 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 sit.
End up staying on the green. Nearly rolled down the bank. Even with an uphill putt. And a common theme of the day, I've left it short.
Yeah, just, I don't know, the green's not being that favourable for me for some reason.
I mean, they're going slow. I've hit everyone short. You would have thought I would have learned by now. Apparently not.
There you go, that's a nice putt at least. Save the bogey.
And on to the final hole, I decide to try and do something fancy, and I'm going to try and fade my driver. I've done it once before. Can I do it again? No. No, I cannot.
Come on, get around it, get past the tree.
And now I've put myself into a dangerous potential penalty area.
Yeah, no.
At least I hit that tee pretty clean.
Alright, I'm going to try and slice it that way.
So I don't really know what's going through my head here, but I'm going to try and slice it through that gap of those two trees to give myself a line into the green, over a ditch as well.
I mean, that's actually kind of worked, to be fair.
But yeah, it's actually paid off, and I'm going to have a clean shot of the green now, pending I can get over that big tree right in front of me. I think I started to get a little bit too aggressive here, as I realised if I made a birdie at the start, I would have broken 40, which would have been nice.
It's over the tree.
And I managed to smack that pitching wedge directly over the tree, and hopefully onto the green.
It's a great shot. Oh yes, one shot to finish on. Try and give it something and not come short for once.
Talk yourself into the shot, and hopefully it will come true.
It's actually a good weight for once, just didn't come in. Alright, in for 41 hopefully.
And hopefully tick off the last two remaining checklist items. You would hope I wouldn't make a penalty from here.
Nice.
So we end the round +7, and we tick off our +8 or better, 2 drivers in play, no penalties. Unfortunately, we made a couple of free putts, so definitely an area still to work on. More practice on the practice green, and maybe take note of how the greens are going on the day when every putt is coming short, and you continue to do so. Thanks for watching. Comment below any future checklist items you think would benefit me in improving my game, and I'll catch you next time.